Waiting for motivation right now is professional suicide. In today's volatile market, motivation will desert you the second a crisis hits, leaving your career to collapse in real time. If you don't replace the fleeting feelings with ruthless systems immediately, the pressure won't just challenge you, it will break you. So let's get into this. Point one, let's talk about your self layer. You're leading on feelings. You show up when you feel ready. You push through when you feel motivated, and you disappear when you don't. You see, the problem isn't that you're lazy. It's that you've built your career on the most unreliable fuel on the planet, and that's motivation. You see, feelings change with the weather, and the second a real crisis hits, something like a layoff, missed deadlines, or public failure, you see, your motivation engine runs out of gas quickly. Now you're a leader without a backup system, and everyone is watching. What's the solution? I try to never leave without a solution. Replace motivation with the non-negotiable discipline routines. You build 3 daily disciplines you do whether you feel like it or not: physical, mental, and spiritual. You see, your morning isn't a vibe, it's a system. Discipline is a decision, and you make it once and then you execute that decision 1,000 times. Leaders who survive the next downturn aren't the ones with the best mindset. They're the ones with the deepest routine. And here's the point. Remember this. Motivation quits, discipline doesn't. And here's the second thing. Let's go to point 2. The team layer. Your team is watching you panic even when you think you're hiding it. When a crisis hits, leaders who run on feelings broadcast that uncertainty to everyone that's working with them. You see, when you lead that way, you become reactive. You change priorities every 48 hours. And man, I hate that when somebody doesn't really know what they're doing and doesn't really know which direction they want to go in. And another thing you do, you start asking questions you should already have answered. Your team notices the volatility. They stop bringing you problems because they don't trust the response. They start protecting themselves instead of moving the mission. And that's that psychological safety, right? So what they do is they're just going off of protecting themselves and not doing anything else because they don't know what's going to happen next. And the crisis didn't cost you the team. Your chaotic responses did. Let's get to the solution. You build crisis-proof leadership systems your team can trust before the crisis arrives. You see, something like standing weekly one-on-ones, a clear decision-making framework that doesn't change based on your mood. In my coaching business, or in Diana and I's coaching business, what we do is we focus on one-on-one trainings. And we do that with trainings and leadership development. We do that because you show up every week. I know some people like to do once a month or twice a month, but if you do something every week and you have some type of small set goal every week, that compounds over time. So a communication rhythm that holds even when you're under pressure. And when the storm hits, your team doesn't need a better version of you. They need a predictable version of you. Predictability is what makes a leader feel safe to follow into chaos. And remember, predictable leaders survive crisis. Moody ones don't. The last point, let's talk about the legacy layer. Every crisis you handle on feelings instead of systems is a chapter in the wrong book. You're building a leadership reputation in real time, and the people who watch you struggle in 2026, trust me, they'll remember it 3 years from now. The pressure exposes the framework. No framework, no promotion. No legacy, no invitation to the next room. And we all are looking to get into that next room, that next promotion, or that next level of whatever our profession is. So the career you spent 10 to 20 years building can be undone in a 30 to 60 day panic during a major project. And I'm not saying that to cause any fear. That's the math of leadership. I never leave you without a solution. Prepare your systems now before you need them. Document your routines. Stress test your systems. And when you say stress test your systems, what does that mean? It means to deliberately push decisions to the limits before you commit to them. An example exercise is an exercise in adversarial thinking when you imagine a choice has catastrophically failed and you work backwards to figure out why. Now, this ensures your plan can withstand the worst case scenario. And as you're going back and forth saying, well, if this happened, I would do this. If this happened, this is how I would structure my response. This is how I would respond to this scenario. And if it's the worst case scenario, you'll find out that even though it's the worst case scenario, sometimes it's not that bad. Sometimes you can get through it no matter what. Now, another thing you can do is bring in a coach. You do that to audit your framework and to kind of talk through exactly what you're doing. You treat 60 to 90 days like it's a training camp for crisis that hasn't arrived yet. Because the best time to build your crisis-proof leadership system was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Now, the leaders who get promoted or move to the next level in their journey are the ones who are prepared, especially the ones who are prepared for crisis leadership. So you prepare before you're pressured. Pressure reveals, it doesn't build. So, all right, we started this episode with the hard truth. Waiting for motivation in today's volatile market is professional suicide. The feeling will desert you the moment a crisis hits. And the pressure won't just challenge you, it will break you if you don't have a system in place. So we talked about 3. The first one, motivation quits, discipline doesn't. Replace the feeling with the system. Point 2, predictable leaders survive crisis. Moody ones don't. Your team needs the version of you they can count on, not the one they have to read and figure out. Point 3, pressure doesn't build leaders, it reveals them. So build before the pressure shows up, not when it arrived. It's too late then. Here's what I need you to understand. The career you spent 10 to 20 years building can be undone in a 60 to 90 day project of unsystemized panic. That's not a scare tactic. That's just the math of leadership in a volatile market. If this episode resonates with you or reminds you of a leader you know, I need you to do 3 things. And do these before you go to the next video. Number 1, subscribe to Prepare Before You Promote It. Diana and I drop a new episode every week, and we're building this show for the leader who refuses to get caught off guard. If that's you, hit the subscribe button right now, share it, like it, and if you want a coach in your life, click on the link in the description below. Number 2, share this episode with one leader who needs to hear it. Now here's the thing, don't send it to call them out, send it to lift them up. We all know somebody whose career is one crisis away from collapsing. Be the person who passes them the system. And number 3, if you're ready to do the deeper work, if you know your systems aren't where they need to be and you want help building them before the pressure hits, click on the link below in the description, and I will personally walk you through a 5-day leadership challenge designed to help you build the discipline and predictability and the frameworks you need to build before that next crisis arises. Hey, my name is Christopher Houston, and this is the CD Houston Leadership Podcast. Thank you for watching. Good night, and God bless.